What's going on, you guys? Welcome and welcome back to Kingdom Animalia. We are back again with another video. You may have watched my last video where I actually put together my enclosure for my tortoises. What I'm actually going to do in this video is I'm going to set up the enclosure. If I put everything together between when I unbox them and, put together the enclosure and then set it up, it'd be a really long video that I don't think many people are going to watch. So I decided to split it up into different pieces. And so now you guys can watch it in shorter intervals. Yeah, I think that's it. I will probably be putting timestamps into the description box as well, just so you can see the different things that I use. Or if you have to go back and look at something, you'll have that there. I got my old man pillow on because I got an old man neck. And yeah, we're going to get started with this video. Alright, we have some Eco Earth. We're just going to sit that in water for about 20 minutes. You guys should know the drill by now. Alright, that's pretty much finished. I intentionally didn't put a whole lot of water, only because I didn't want to have the soil be soaking. This way it's not wet or anything. It just has enough moisture to keep humidity and things like that. So here's what we'll be putting in here. First, we'll be putting in some forest floor. You actually can't see that at the top because I have it scrunched up, but we have some forest floor, and then we have some reptibark we'll be putting in as well, and also something a lot of people don't use all the time is we'll put some vitamin sand. And it's not for them to eat, it's just because it aerates the soil pretty well, reduces mold, and the forest floor will do a good job at keeping in the moisture, and Eco Earth just makes a good substrate. So by combining the three, now we'll be able to just have the ideal soil. And so it makes a pretty good substrate, and you guys don't believe me? Try it out for yourselves. It hasn't let me down, man. Alright, yeah, just so you guys have an idea of how much forest floor I did actually put. If I dig a little bit, we do have the Eco Earth here, and then all of this is forest floor, and I'm actually just going to mix this all in. Actually, we're not going to mix that in yet. Alright, this is pretty much what that's going to look like. You can see it has a nice amount of soil, like the Eco Earth, a nice amount of the forest floor, and the sand all bunched up together. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you can at least see what it looks like. So now we're just going to give it a little squeeze, get some of that juices out, and then put it inside the enclosure. Alright, that'll pretty much look like this. It's not amazing, but they don't care. I don't really care. Because they don't care. And because it's going to give them the care that they need. So you can see here that it's about maybe an inch and a half deep. You can give them even more than that because redfoot tortoises do actually dig. And so that you can give them, 6 inches and 12 inches and things like that, and they'll utilize it all. It's just given the size of the enclosure, I don't want to make the dirt too high and then not give the bulbs enough space between them and the tortoises. so on and so forth. So now, right now, all that I'm doing is I'm just making part of the terrain flat, only because I'm learning that it gives them a better way to exercise their legs by giving them different, terrain to walk on, or different textures rather. So, here it's going to be a lot more flat and a bit harder than here, where it's going to be, I'm going to leave it a bit more rough, just to get them, soft and hard and things like that. And I'll put rocks in here and all that stuff to help that out. Yeah. Alright, so now we have a clay plant saucer, and apparently these things everywhere are like broken. I don't know what's up with that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a piece of clay and I'm gonna put it over this, only because this is a little bit sharp. I feel like the tortoises can handle it, but I'd rather not really find out the hard way. So I'm gonna put a piece of clay over it and just dry that clay on top. This way, yeah, we don't have too many problems. I don't have to worry about them getting cut. Yeah, I'm probably gonna put a little piece over here too. And this is actually going to be their water bowl, because tortoises don't do a good job in deep water, I don't want them to drown. So this is a very shallow dish for them to be able to get in and out of. And yeah, that's it. Before I put these in, I just want to give them a little bit of a clean. So I'm gonna spray them down in water and vinegar. That's what's in this bottle. It's a water and vinegar solution. I'm gonna wipe that down, rinse it out, and yeah. Alright, when it comes to decor, you can put rocks and things like that, yes. But you do not, I repeat, do not want to put any fake plants into the enclosure. Why is that, you may ask? Because you're working with an animal that eats actual plants. You do not want them to look at those fake plants and go, these look delicious. And then they take a chunk out of it. Like, it's just not going to end very well. So, live plants only, if you put any plants at all. I do suggest that you do your research on what live plants are safe for redfoots or any reptile in general. This way they don't end up eating it and then they get sick and things like that. Perhaps I'll make a video on it myself, but yeah, I just wanted to mention that really quickly, and then here we'll get on with the rest of the video. Lighting is worth a completely different video, so we'll be working on that in the future. But for right now, I'm using a ceramic heat emitter, which will be on for 24 hours in the day. I'm using a basking bulb, which will be on for 12 hours in the day, and a UVB bulb, which will also be on 12 hours in the day. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these mounting spring clips. I got 3 of them for this, and I'm going to put it, one on the dual dome. Dual dome's a little dusty, it's a little old. Which has the 2 bulbs in it, and I'm going to put one down so that it can stick onto the mesh, and then I'm going to try something new here and try to put 2 on the opposing ends of this UVB thingy and see if I can hold it down onto this as well. The thing that I like to do is I like to loosen up these little hook parts, because I find it won't focus, but I find it easier to hook and unhook when you kind of pry it open a little bit more. I'll show you guys what that looks like. Here we have a hygrometer, which is simply used to measure humidity. Alright, if you look closely in this container, you'll see little white things moving. Those are called springtails. They're a microorganism that will be able to eat poop and leftover food and things like that throughout the enclosure. They look like this, and yeah, there's just a ton of them. They breed pretty well. If you have any live plants, they'll help make sure those plants are growing. They're just good to have in bioactive enclosures, especially where you're going to be keeping the soil moist and having lighting and things like that. So I tried to feed them for you guys. Redfoot tortoises are one of the few tortoises that need protein in their diet. So we have some protein pellets. We're also going to give them some mixed greens, and that's like baby spinach and some things like that. So this is pretty much the finished product. It's nothing all that pretty, but it gets the job done. So I have no idea what happened to the end of my video. I don't know if I just like didn't record it, like if I didn't hit the record button like a dummy, or if like it just pulled the Houdini and disappeared. I don't know. But this is going to be the end of the video. I probably just hit the mic like a dummy. But this is going to be the end of the video. Here's the setup right here. Stopped the video by accident, but yeah, we got the water bowl, the food dish. This was just put out today, and then they finished whatever they wanted to eat from it, and this is what was left. So I'll clean that up tomorrow, switch it all out. Here we got the 2 rocks. You can see the little pieces of food that they have across the enclosure, which for the most part I leave, and then when it becomes a lot I just remove it, but I leave it for the springtails. Yeah, and then on the other half we have the other piece of the enclosure. The 2 tortoises are chilling over there. We also have this little plant that I don't know where it came from, but it started growing. It's probably gonna die, but yeah. So on that note, I hope you guys have a good night, good day, whatever time it is for you. Yeah. Give us a like, follow us on Instagram, subscribe, share, comment, let me know what you would like to see in the future. Yeah, all right, I'll catch you guys in the next video.